sided than Yone. Also is something quite easily divided via the Emperor. But I believe Twitch chat has also dubbed Hannah the Emperor. And so maybe it is his divide that they have to worry about in this game. As this is a pick composition. Chronicler, this comp certainly does pick and champions pretty well.
Ooh, love the Fiora here. And for Sandbox, you are staring down some scary pressure in that Elise and Renekton. But overall, the bro comp to me, don't think it works that well together, right? The value of Merc threats is going to be extremely high here. Once Wheeler picks those up, going to be able to fight pretty reliably. Even wouldn't mind it if Birdle picks them up as well, right? I do really think that a lot of the impact of the topside 3v3, which is what, in my expectation, Bro is going to play towards, should be manageable for Sandbox once they get post 6, once they can get it back in. And then on the bot side of the map, that's a big problem because Umti is going to have to cover while also wanting to play towards a Renekton lane. But if you don't cover your bot side, I think Varus and Soraka is going to have a pretty bad time into arguably the most oppressive lane that we have. I say arguably because Keria has truly unleashed a Pandora's box that I don't really want to get into in this game, but it means that that might not be the most oppressive lane anymore, but it was before, and it works.
Yes. I'm also very interested. I have a feeling that Umti's just not going to go top lane. I think he's just going to live bottom lane. I could see Morgan staying on an island as a crocodile for the entirety of this game. I could see that. I don't think that that's something that that we necessarily shouldn't expect from this one. Don't know how to feel about it. Don't know if it's good. But I just think that Bro do things their own way. And we'll see whether that's going to lead them to a 2-0 victory.
Would you say they always go their own way?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that song a lot. Now it's stuck in my head.
Great album. That's what that was the goal.
Yeah. We can think about that as we hop into the game. So was Fleetwood Mac on your list of things to discuss?
No, but I'm definitely open to it.
They definitely performed for an extraordinary amount of years.
Oh, Envy. Oh, that's Comet Ash. Oh. Good luck, Hannah and Effort. I personally would much prefer, because I'm worried that this is going to be a straight up like Mandate Ash, which I really hope it isn't. There's a couple of different iterations you can go with Comet. We've seen some other variations.
You just do Lethality Ash, right?
You can, yeah. And that's what I hope it is. But I have also seen Ashes with Comet go Mandate in this scenario, which would make your bot side extremely AP heavy. And the poke also not nearly as good into a Soraka, and also going for the Comet. But just a lot of Comets being thrown around here on Summoner's Rift. Entire bot half of Sandbox is rocking one.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of electrocution going on in
some scorching
mid lane.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was scorching hard.
Yeah, I think when you're in a game like this, the Bro exists in. I mean, I don't know whether Scorch is the greatest, even though it did get a buff and things like that. Like, you just know that you're gonna be scaling.
So topics.
Yeah,
silly topics.
All right.
To start off with.
Ooh, 6 losses in a row for Zidro, not great.
Every team in the LCK was an animal.
Ooh, okay.
Which animal would they be?
Well, Genji would be a tiger. Easy. All right. I have one.
T1 would be a dragon.
T1 would be a dragon?
Yeah, well, that's their...
Yeah, okay.
I feel like those two are kind of set in stone.
What would Bro be?
A turtle. We have already discussed this.
Have we?
Have we not? Did we not do the whole... What's up with Veldus? I don't know. Everything blends together. I think it was with Veldus, actually. We talked about turtling yesterday.
What is the most majestic animal possible? As Morgan is in a bit of trouble here, and he's dead. That's Willa picking up first blood. And we mentioned whether or not Umti would be heading top lane. We didn't talk about Willa, and Willa is definitely going top lane.
He's killed the crocodile, man.
Yeah.
Just took him down. Morgan at the very least is going to be able to teleport himself back to the lane, so we'll be able to pick up the wave here. Very nicely done. Just straight up clearing the top side into an early gank. Morgan still level 1 here. Not sure what happened in terms of him being zoned out by Brutal. Obviously, Fiora level 1 is really strong with the grasp, so well done there. Yeah, Ghost and Grasp Fiora level 1 is kind of a menace. And the cold pickup as well from Brutal. Much better start.
Looking pretty
here.
good.
So, back to animals.
Yeah, so I think we can go with Turtle. What about Live Sandbox though?
Well, previous to this game, I was thinking like a cheetah,
Ah, yeah.
but maybe they're not a cheetah because the last game was not fast.
Yeah.
So maybe they're a house cat.
House cat.
You know, they can show their claws. They can really surprise you with their ferocity, but
And they never tell you what. They never do what you tell them to do.
yeah, when you want one thing, they do another.
Yeah. Actually, I really like that. I really respect that. I think that's a good one.
Okay. As Brutal is on the receiving end of Renekton and Elise.
Well, let's see how the riposte minigame is going to go, and pretty well for Bertle, as it turns out. Morgan doing his best to zone where he can.
Can just loop back. Empty still his cocoon. But Wheeler is on his way.
Yeah, let's see how the 2v2 is going to go. As Willa moves over, they know exactly what's going on. Can they actually make this work?
They don't need to.
Yeah, or they just
Yeah.
allow it to happen. Okay, fair enough. So, we currently have Morgan with a slight CS advantage. The wave in a pretty good spot for Bertle. And Willa making his way back towards his Crud camp. Interesting. Well, still, the first blood going over to Willa will allow Live Sandbox to have a bit of control in this game. As Closer taking a bit of damage. Karis here, but not too much to be worried about right now.
So back to animals.
Yeah, so who else do we have to deal with? We've got
D+.
DRX and D+ gear. Let's do both of those. Now, there are a lot of animals on D+ gear, you know,
Yes.
that the team is represented by.
I like an owl.
Ooh.
Because, you know, they're a wise team. They've been around for a while.
Okay.
Umpty is...
He's going to skitter away as best he can. Closer goes on a bit of a ride, but otherwise isn't going to find too much. As Kyle back down towards his bottom side is Umpty. Never mind. He can just repel to the blast cone. He'll be absolutely A-okay. Smiting the Krugs as well. He'll be all right. So, as the dust settles, too much to worry about. Willer is going to find Henna just walking towards him, though. Heal to come down from effort. So therefore, all is fine. As that is a flash forward from Morgan. Slice! Where's the dice? There it is. He doesn't even need it. He just culls the Meek. And that's Morgan getting one back. That's a solo kill.
Solo Bolo for the Lord, even despite the attention paid towards the top side of the map. Renekton still a menace when he gets to play his own game. Only a call there for Bertle, not the combat power that you're looking for. Wasn't 6 just yet, so no chance of fighting back as he was used by effort.
Yeah. And now Umpty's going to move on in. That's a nice little cocoon. Gets a cleanse out of Envy. Voltar Spiderling just to do a bit of damage, send a message. Henna going to have his CS ruined by effort there, just momentarily, but looks like they're getting corralled as, oh dear, Kyle on the wrong side of this one. He's just going to back away towards the turret. And by the turret, I mean Kyle's turret. And everything is going to be fine.
I was afraid we were going to have some action there.
Yeah, I know.
Fortunately, not the case. There are the Merc threats here for Willer. Early pickup, very strong. But despite the top lane shenanigans and Willer getting an early kill, looks like we will be seeing the first Drake go over to Grion here.
Yep, all things must remain equal.
There we go. It is Ravenous Hydra first here for Envy.
Okay, it's pretty cool. So a little bit of a different idea. Not going to go for that mandate, which we're pretty happy about.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll do it. Final minion. Morgan hit 6. And there's no way that you ever get out of there, unfortunately, for Birdle. Ghost also not going to do anything in that specific scenario. And overall, very important kill, I do think, because if Birdle can just take control over of this game, it becomes really hard to play for Bro. I think they need the pressure point from this top side, as might be having a fight here. Is 4 versus 4.
Yeah, Birdle moves down as well. Kyle already set up. Cocoon connects. Not too much going to come from it as Karas and Effort off to the side. Glacial Prison gonna go wide here. And there's the Emperor's Divide, sweeps in the Crocodile. The Dominus almost gets something done, but not enough as Umpty. He's gonna steal away the Rift Herald, and he makes it out. They have to trade it for their Crocodile, and they don't get to pick up the eye. That was pretty cool.
Overall, making the best out of a kind of awkward situation there, but I do have to say, with this type of composition, I do think as Bro, you're looking to win that, right? You have your Renekton and Elise. If you can pick someone off, you can blow them up in a single rotation. That doesn't happen. Denying the Herald is big, but giving over a kill to Kyle is going to make the Heimerdinger even more obnoxious, going to accelerate that early Rylai's. Because fortunately there is a Giant Belt built, so I don't have to look at another Rocket Belt Heimerdinger.
It's not Life.
We're safe.
Life, big fan of the Rocket Belt.
As I actually agree. I think with Bro that you want to try and go for a player, but it almost goes alright. I really want to highlight that if Morgan lives there for another second and gets an empowered Q of multiple people, Sandbox are in pretty deep trouble. And the healing from Effort might be enough. The burst that Karas and Umpty have available could kind of push him over the top, but he just gets 100 to 0. Very nice scoop there from Closer. And as a result, gold gonna stay pretty much even nonetheless, and without a possible Herald for Sandbox, they're not really gonna find a way right now to accelerate. It's Willer.
Lying in wait, see whether Morgan bites off more than he can chew, despite the massive size of his jaws. I believe that is still possible. As Arrow just narrowly going to miss Karas there.
Love the crowd reaction there.
Yeah, that was really good.
Makes it so much better.
Willer is being very, very patient as the Winter's Wrath doesn't find the target, and his patience is going to remain unrewarded.
Umpty, meanwhile, going to be clearing his bot side camps, might be looking for an invade here. They do have priority towards the bot side of the map, and Kyle also going to go for a back, so now Rion can move in. Also do note that in any further all-ins, Effort now has a Wish available, meaning that you need to be a lot more careful. Oh, Anna getting the ultimate going.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage. Just a serrated Dirk, and already this Varus is very frightening. And remember, this is one of the picks that Henna has always been pretty good at, to be perfectly honest. Even when we weren't saying all that many good things about Henna's play in previous years, his Varus is always something that Bro has been able to stand behind. All right, Karas decides that it is now time for him to take this, and Umpty is going to be able to give it to him. Very nicely done.
Overall, nice invade there. Played for Henna as well. We'll pick that up. And Bro really spiking in the mid game here. Now for Sandbox, that's not the end of the world. Their composition this time around has two very, very strong characters in the Fiora and the Azea, but I gotta say, Birdle's play thus far has not really inspired me to believe in a Live Sandbox split push win condition. So in that case, it's going to go down to team fights. And that is actually where I do think that this time around there is an edge for Live Sandbox, based on what we've seen already.
Yep.
As Envy is probably dead. Does have Flash and Cleanse.
Yeah, he does at least have Cleanse available. Cocoon would have hit him if there wasn't a minion there, and he's just going to take 1 trillion damage and die.
That's a solo bolo.
That is indeed a solo bolo. That is also 0 summoner spells invested. I think Envy was pretty well aware that he was super dead. All right, stun is going to be mitigated. Very nicely done with the riposte. Not too much to worry about as far as top lanes are concerned. 17 CS lead for Morgan. That may continue to be a fun time for a little bit longer here for the Renekton. Getting towards that Gore Drinker ever so slowly. this Cloud Drake still a bit sleepy in the pit. Starting to wake up a few times. I don't think he's got too much to worry about for the next little while. When we're taking objectives as either of these teams, what I have learnt is that you must have 5 people there.
So back to animals.
Yeah, so
Owl for D+. I feel
Owl
like
for D+, yep.
Oh,
All right, Glacial Prison going to miss Karis.
We're good.
Much
We're good.
like the arrow was, Freljordian skill shots are difficult to hit onto the Syndra. I think there's a lore reason for that to occur.
what is DRX?
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what DRX would be.
They're not a crocodile.
What is the most anime animal? As the flash does come through, don't know whether that would have hit, but still not going to take the risk. There is Karis. There's Kyle, not going to find the grenade either. So, we have Chemtech Rift. Someone tell Valdez he's going to be very excited about these blast cones operating at double power. He really likes them. In fact, if you ever have a chance to have a chat to Valdez, just ask him about how much he loves empowered blast cones. Huge fan.
The biggest. Yeah, believe Atlas here.
Yeah.
Definitely trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valdez will let you know on the space after this. He really advocates for having every rift
they have
be
a bad
Chemtech rift.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, Doran is going to get stunned up there by the Ruthless Predator, but Morgan will let him go for now. He's a benevolent lord. All right. So yeah, what is the most anime animal?
Don't have an answer to that one. I'd say a cat, but we already have a house cat, so we can't have 2.
No. Karis? Not too worried as Willer is thinking about coming in. There is the... okay, they're wondering who's going to do it. Who's going to do it? It's actually going to reset. The impatience of this lady. Not another blast cone available. Willer can get over the wall, but Umpty, I love it. You know, just stands his ground. All right, Arrow soaring towards the Syndra once again. This time he nails it. And Closer has got the ult. Karis is just going to walk towards his turret, however. And seems as though
Yeah,
he'll
think
be
he might still be
okay.
Wish is available though as
Yeah.
Kyle, but nice sidesteps and reinforcements are there.
Well, there we go. I mean, the reinforcement is a lone Soraka for the moment.
Yeah, but
Maybe it's
right.
fine. Yeah, mid laner and support. I guess we're all things equal. It's fine. So we're just going to chill underneath the turret. Flash unavailable here for Karis. Closer has his, but he's just going to let him live for now.
still haven't figured out what the most anime animal is.
No,
No, it's tough.
don't really know it. Maybe maybe a raccoon.
That's Nongshim.
That has to be Nongshim, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like, is it though? No, because that's actually. Oh wait, no, that is a Nongshim brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Noguri
They
ramen
have
is,
the raccoons on many of their things. No, Nongshim
Yeah.
is easy.
Yeah,
Saving that one up.
dang.
A fox.
A fox?
There we go. A nine-tailed fox.
There we go. That's pretty.
So that's DRX.
All right, that's DRX.
A nine-tailed fox.
Yeah, purely
Okay.
because of Beryl.
What's KT?
Oh God.
They like a bird of prey, like a hawk, because they go up very fast and then they go down even faster.
Yeah, or like a like a cormorant. You know, one of those birds that really does
Like an
nosedive
eagle.
real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. One of those ocean birds. As, all right, Vaporeon hanging out outside of the grass. Morgan can't see that one, of course. As, all right, there we go. He's going to flash. I don't know whether he activated his dice. He did. That means that he's A-okay. He's going to take that damage for fun. He's Morgan. He likes to test himself.
He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. Now, bro, 1 minute until Soul Point. The extraordinarily valuable Chemtech Soul. And actually, I think denying it, you get a bit of tenacity, don't you? From grabbing Chemtech Drakes and stuff.
Do. Yeah. Get tenacity and you get heal and shield power.
And I think that getting that as a Soraka composition, you're pretty happy. Denying that from your opposition when you have so many of these forms of single target pick CC, I think you're pretty psyched about trying to collect both of these dragons.
Keep waiting for Sandbox to go and do stuff, and it's so weird because, oh, there we go!
Yeah, Emperor's Divide, that is going to throw away the Spider. The flash comes in, Will is going to follow him immediately. Wish comes down, but it's not enough to save him. And now Bertel is running for effort here. Can he find the Soraka is the question. The answer is yes, but not enough. As Morgan, he's not phased. Hannah, not phased. Just going to take down the top outer turret. Hannah now getting to work in this mid lane as well, as the Drake is spawning in 5 seconds time. Umpty spawning in 7 seconds time.
Yeah, if they don't TP closer to the top, they're just going to give up an outer turret and first turret blood for... an outer turret and first turret blood for a Drake, which individual Drake, even as you point out, I do think the denial is quite nice. Not necessarily going to be the most worth it, as...
I think Morgan paused the game because he didn't have an opponent. He's like, where's Bertel? Is he coming back? Not entirely sure, but we can see that Morgan is out of the game for now. So something has happened. We'll let you know exactly what that is as soon as we have any word on it. He's having a giggle though. Still fine. His client got DC'd. Of course it's in this series.
Couldn't take all the action that was thrown.
Yeah, I think so.
As hopefully we'll just be able to reconnect and get back into game shortly, and then Morgan can continue taking himself a nice top turret.
Yeah, the client will be resuming relatively soon. This one, thankfully, is pretty easy to get back into, as we are missing a lot of action. It's been high-octane League of Legends thus far. In fact, in our last series, we wouldn't have had First Blood. But these are, the Live Sandbox Challenger players. Welcome, welcome. Making sure they check out what's going on, supporting, of course, former teammates and things like that. Pretty cool to see. We'll also, if you do want to check out Live Sandbox and how they do in Challenger, Monday and Tuesday are your days to do that. LCK CL Global 2023 is the Twitch channel.
If you're loving the high quality commentary that you're getting right now, well, let me tell you, we are... So obviously tomorrow there's LCK, but then on Monday, Atlas and I are casting 3 best of 3s in a row.
We are. We're hoping we haven't had the 9-game dream yet.
No.
We had 7 on our first Monday, and then I believe there were 7 on the next Monday. So we could really go the distance.
We're going to be working 7 days in a row.
7 days in a row,
and then... That's my first time ever.
Potentially 9 games in a row on one day.
Yeah.
That would
I've done that one before.
That's the climax. That's the way you can... And I used to do it as well. We casted a lot of games back in, 2015 LPL and stuff like that. It's just a lot of video games. Don't recommend it. But we do what we must, you know?
Back in the game.
Yeah, here we go. As Arrow will connect, Glacial Prison will connect, the follow-up will not. And the tower will go down. Bertel getting to work here towards this bottom side. And I feel like in game number 1, I was expecting things to happen after abilities landed. But thankfully, I think I've done well.
You've reset your
transitioning away from that. Yeah.
Actually, really nice flash shot from Miller. Sets up that kill very nicely. That arrow, if it hits effort, they kill him, which would have been great. Now they don't. If you're wondering why we're losing, I swear it's not just because of the fact that we're working this much, but we also just came off. And if you are a true believer, you might not even have watched that game. If you're a Live Sandbox fan, I get it. I know. You might not even have seen that series. It was very high octane. All our energy went into that, and we had to.
I've seen heaps of energy, but I think that actually the way that you have to position yourself is unique for each series that you commentate.
We had to save up all our jokes and all our corny conversations.
Absolutely.
We couldn't get rid of him in that match. We need to hit our quota.
Yeah, absolutely. Arrow will sail by, looking beautiful. Emperor's Divide will do the same thing here. as Umpty is going to skitter out of this one. Very nicely done there. Yeah, some R buttons were pressed.
Yeah, I can feel myself sinking deeper into the abyss, Atlas.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Well, they're testing the waters.
Is there such a thing as too much League of Legends?
Absolutely not.
No, can't be done.
Especially not League of Legends esports. And especially, there is no such thing as too much bro. And thankfully, there is also no such thing as too much Live Sandbox. Now Willa is going to clear out this control ward. Of course, Karis knows. And he also has his mates coming in. Kyle. There's a full gameplay button that he had to hit there. I believe Henna would have had to flash if he was going to actually kill the Heimerdinger. Kyle did have to flash to get himself out of there. So, slight advantage for Bro, which has kind of been the way of this series so far. And
they really are hitting that like 2 3K gold comfort zone.
Oh yeah. But often that comfort zone was them being that amount of gold behind. But now they're ahead by that amount of gold.
Same.
This must feel so comfortable.
I don't know, it's still unknown, Atlas. You know,
it is true.
You're
untested.
For other people, it might be comfortable, but Bro's still getting out of their comfort zone.
It's true.
Can be tough. I say as Morgan is playing Renekton, so they really are not. They really are very, very comfortable. Just
yeah, this is also
right
Karis on his Syndra at the same time and Henna on his Varus. So as far as like the carries of Bro,
Umpty really
this
is the
absolute comfort.
Excuse me, the biggest carry on Bro is Umpty, clearly.
I mean, that's true. But also, I mean, effort isn't necessarily on.
No.
Comfort, one could say.
No.
But he is on Soraka, so if you can throw bananas, I think you're just going to be happy.
So we have an incredible amount of pick from Bro. Right, we have Cocoon, we have Scatter, we have Varus with his ultimate. We have a possible flank from Morgan. And then on Sandbox, we have the hard engage from both Ashe, a stray Heimerdinger stun, Closer, obviously, and Willow. Yet, we are still sitting at 5 kills.
Yep.
23 minutes in. And I remember how the last one went. So the only thing that makes sense to me is this time around, Live Sandbox do win. And then we get a third game.
I think that's all we really deserve.
Okay, so what if, Atlas, it's time, confession time. What have you done?
What have I done
to deserve this? Like, what did you rescue?
I think I just must have been really good.
Strays?
Yeah, I think something like that. I didn't
donate a lot of money to charity.
Arrow is once again going to look glorious.
Ignore it. It's a distraction from your philanthropy.
Yeah, no, it's true. And yeah, no, I have you know, I help you know, old ladies out of cars while I'm walking down the street and stuff like that. Basically, I do everything to deserve the good stuff, and that's why we get games like this. As Closer, gonna find an Emperor's Divide onto Karis here, who's just gonna walk it off. Does still have Flash available. Closer now trying to fight Umpty. It's not necessarily working, but Bertle making his way up. This could be a 5v5. Exactly right. Wish is still at the ready, guys. Things could get even better for Bro in this team fight as far as recovery is concerned. And there is the Dark Sphere. Oh, that is gorgeous. Another arrow. This time it's going to land onto Effort, who heals. Still holding on to the ulti as Bro will slowly and methodically move towards Soul Point.
It's all calculated, Atlas.
Oh, yeah.
But their health bars are low, and Dominus is timing out. So now Close can get pride on the wave. Ultimate's coming back up soon.
Ooh, Bertle, this is a juicy flank that he's found here. Willa going down relatively low as Henna. A little bit split from the team. Effort is going to find Bertle. Going to start healing up the rest of the team now as well. Remember, he is in a little bit of trouble, but he just keeps healing and healing. After hitting Bertle with his Q over and over again.
Wasn't able to. Teleport available.
Drake resetting.
Ultimate also there. We've been fighting over this Drake for about a minute now, Atlas.
We have indeed. Effort, still game state, absolutely the same. Arrow once again going to be avoided, as is Willa's ultimate as well. Umpty diving on top of Envy. He's going to flash his way out. Bertle desperately trying to get in there, but he's just unable to. The single target CC is too strong. It's Closer. Oh no, the Emperor's Divide is good, but everyone's dead. And Bro just keeps everyone alive. Look at these health bars. They're absurdly low finally. Closer is going to do it as Umpty. He wants to be the hero. He'll find one. And the Soraka lives. Of all targets, the Soraka lives.
Closer making sure that everyone at home stays awake, as that was about 2 minutes of fighting.
I mean, all of Bro went to about 100 health, and I thought they were going to be fine.
Because it looks like it were like both hard engage miss, right? And then Closer goes in by himself. Berto was caught amidst 5 people. And it all looks like a bit of a disaster. Villaroso dies at the back of the play. But then Closer recognizes the weakness. And his soldiers march on and get themselves a big win here in the end.
얘들아, 나 믿어.
Guys, trust me.
Guys, trust me. Well, 2-0 and 4. And Closer, of course, no stranger to
So
the
now,
idea.
in my head, Closer has been trying to get stuff to happen the entire game, and it seems like, no, Closer, don't do it. You're a daredevil. Come on, man, you're too reckless. Calm down. You can't go in like that. And Closer, no, guys, trust me.
Well, the arrow is going to hit as in goes Closer. Emperor's Divide doesn't actually hit onto Karas for the damage. As Morgan, he doesn't want to be on that side of the wall, and he's going to flash to get himself back out again. The phalanx of Bro has been put back together once again, much like Humpty Dumpty from the nursery rhyme. And there is the snare onto Closer as well. Willa, the winter does not have very much wrath. You're going to miss it like that, as Bro will back away.
It's also Mandate Ash.
Yeah.
So the damage from Berto in particular is actually very important. MR is insanely strong, so glad to see Morgan already pick up a Megatron Cloak. Would love to see more MR itemization here from Breon, because even though Envy is obviously still going to do large majority AD damage, it's just not going to be nearly as much as second Drake now picked up.
Ooh, bit of tenacity.
Which is actually really good.
Yeah.
I want to reiterate that. Extra tenacity and heal and shield power.
Yeah, and Bro didn't look all that interested in taking that Drake whatsoever.
Atlas, guess what? Radiant Virtue.
Oh yeah.
That's 10% buff on the heal right there.
Oh my goodness. And let's check out this fight one more time.
As initially, it looks like the arrow will get followed up on, but Closer not opting into the initial sweep back. And then, unfortunately for everyone involved, no one dies because it is just poke. Even the arrows, just poke. As you do actually have a really good Baron here as Sandbox. Heimerdinger does it very well. You should be aware of this right now. Hard to walk up for Breon, teleport forced, and you should just disengage here.
Ooh, Cocoon gonna connect. Willa is able to walk away. That's his strategy, as an arrow is going to connect once again. Glacial Prison comes forward, some damage. As now Bertle once again looking for that flank angle effort, caught on the back end. He throws through the wish, he heals himself closer, finds a massive divide. And now, Umpty, can he stay alive? Can Morgan stay alive? The answer is yes. And they wipe the floor with them. Oh, Closer, it looked so good.
It was good. Like Cal and Envy are full health.
Okay, repel. Umpty will think about, you know, his decisions in the sky and then come down and say, my decisions were great.
It could have been fun. It just didn't have to go into the choke point. They already had won the fight.
Karas is addicted to arrows. He loves getting hit by arrows.
Wait, Closer has TP. They can stall. I don't know if they have the time though. The poke is not
10
enough.
seconds.
It's just not enough damage.
Not going to work out as Envy and Kyle have to get out of there, and Umpty secures the Baron. I don't know whether there was all that much doubt, but now there is even less. As let's check out this fight one more time. And again, Closer he's just playing so well.
Morgan is actually my MVP. Like, tanking the ultimate for Umpty there was really big. And then this should be the fight win. But the problem is that I think that Sandbox already feel like they win. Right? And you see Envy and KO, I was like, hold
and
up.
with this like mandate and the mandate Ravenous
Yeah.
Hydra Ash. The follow-up damage when they're all CC'd like that
But
doesn't feel like it could. It's
would-
as high as what we're used to seeing. Right?
Should have died there, right? Even if you end up losing that fight, no way should he ever get out alive. And he is the reason that they can even do Baron. If dies there, you're fine. Now you lost Baron yet again. Bro is going to open up the map. And
And we are also looking at, this is Bro moving to 3rd place in the LCK. They are going to equalize the amount of wins that they got in the summer season of 2022 after this win, if they do manage to win here today. This is actually monumental for Bro. This is a team that hasn't had a large amount of success, as Henna soaks everything. He's still got cleanse, by the way, guys. Kyle goes down extremely low. And yeah, the war machine of Bro continues to march forward, and they look unafraid. They're not very aggressive, however, they're also not very scared.
like a gelatinous cube, they just slowly,
Like-
slowly inch
like-
towards you, and
yeah.
you punch him, and they're like, jiggle. And then, you know,
It's
you,
like
you
a-
try to punch him again, and they just sit there menacingly.
It's like a piece of Tupperware tumbling down a hill. It has no fear whatsoever, but it isn't going to do that much damage. Although they have done a fair bit of damage this game, as we could see. Of course, Morgan being able to find some revenge after the early first blood against him. And Karis has pressed some R buttons, and they've locked down priority targets. This is Bro just playing the Bro game, and I think that is the biggest problem here for Live Sandbox, is because they've just agreed to it. This isn't Live Sandbox League of Legends. This is both of these teams playing Bro League of Legends, and there is one team that does that the best. And we call it Bro League of Legends because they're the ones that do it the best, you know?
Yeah, great point, Atlas.
Yeah, I thought it was
really.
I needed to drag it out because the longer I can take explaining points,
the less points you need. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
and I don't have that many more points. It's been a weird and wonderful game.
So that's going to be soul points,
Yeah,
which is nice.
taking them a little bit of a time.
I understand some of the restraint from Sandbox to really hard commit to these fights because, as we saw there, even if you do edge or engage, Karis is very strong at making sure that with a scatter, any attempt that you go for a shuffle, for example, from closer, easily gets taken down. We also have effort going for a McKills now, so even if you do actually hit an arrow or Sejuani, it's not going to matter that much.
Yeah.
And
Cyrildas is
The-
now
the
done
one-
for
yeah.
Anna as well. It's 4 items. He's
What-
doing a lot of damage.
And at this point, Envy just doesn't do that much, right? With this build, was just never going to be the case. And I would have much preferred going for either Halo Blades or... Obviously, Lethal Tempo immediately puts you into the on-hit variation, but with Halo Blades, I think you have a little bit of choice. But with Comet, you are fiercely slotted into this specific type of build. And we're seeing, especially with the Soraka, like no one on Bro is dying.
Well, Arrow is going to connect. Karis, of course, loves it. He will choose to take those at any time.
Envy is almost level 16 as well, and he does actually have a ton of CDR. The one upside is Birdo is on free items, and he should actually be good because Morgan has also been itemizing specifically to deal with the extreme amount of magic damage that's available.
Oh,
There's
that's a
Mikhail.
Mikhail's. Going to actually be used this time around as Morgan struggling in this matchup now. As you were talking about, Hullbreaker done.
Yeah.
Side lanes belong to Birtle as Chains of Corruption sail wide. The Arrow's going to do the same thing. Willer actually interrupted as the gameplay button comes out from Karis. It's not quite enough as Henna picks it up. Doesn't even need the flash. He just lands that one. He lures them into a false sense of security by missing 2 skill shots in a row and then nails the 2 that matter.
Oh, Birdo!
Well, let's see whether Morgan can keep himself alive here. He does manage to break all the weaknesses. The flash goes forward, and Morgan, he may have done it, he did it! Oh, the Lord himself picks up the solo kill under the turret. He baits him in. What an expert.
Still at stopwatch as well.
Yeah, wasn't even scared.
At no point in time was Morgan in any actual threat there, and you see that the rest of Sandbox starting to get flustered as Bro's just not gonna be impressed with what you're doing. Hannah, beautiful shot there. No one able to keep him safe, because this actually is really nicely done initially by Birdle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Identifies that Morgan is going to go for the stun and is able to counter it. And if this Q hits, oh man, you get the kill. And instead, Morgan with the slice, dice, sustain, more than enough turret helping him out there. And
it's the Renekton mechanics, you know? Sometimes we're not gifted this level of gameplay.
If you hit there and you get inner, then game becomes so much harder to play for Bro. But now you're 6 gold up, and Sandbox, I think they well and truly have gotten brilliant here. They have been lulled into an almost hypnotic state of sleep, and now they're about to get taken down by the Bros.
Arrow this time will connect as Karis blocks that one. They are actually Bros, by the way, because in the meantime, Morgan and Umpty are taking down the Baron. It's 50%. Birdle moving on in here.
Don't flip it.
As Envy's getting taken down so low. This poke is working out so well. But bro, they don't want to push it. No need to rush.
They don't want to rush anything, Atlas. Have you been paying attention?
As Closer is going to get interrupted. Oh no, he does sail away. Sail away. Sail away. I don't even remember who sung that song. It's a good one.
It's a really good song, Atlas.
Yeah.
Maybe you can sing it for us.
I could.
Now.
No.
So we can...
Wait. I mean, it's old, but it's not that old.
Yeah, it's Come Sail Away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who sang that.
I can't remember.
I feel like we should.
I'm sure someone knows. Anyway, he did manage to shift some sands and escape, which we refer to as sailing away. And now has made it back towards his mid lane with his teleport. No flash on the Azir now, so those flash shuffles not going to be possible. As... Alright, Arrow once again going to hit Karis. Karis addicted to arrows. He got missed by the first one. Afterwards, he's like, never again. And he has caught them at all times. All right, Glacial Prison. That one, not one that Karis really likes catching quite so much. Not sure what the goal was there, as Birdle now inside this Dragon Pit. And Live Sandbox. They're going to try and use that as an opportunity. Never mind.
All up.
They're going to try and...
No.
Live Sandbox. Envy is going to take a lot of damage. Morgan is soloing the Drake. Birdle is standing in a bush.
Well, if there is a Drake you can give up, it's this one. Don't care about this soul.
True, but...
You're just going to get it.
The Baron
surely not.
Is at 50%.
Oh, no, we gotta back off.
Fine again.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Do you know what my counter to that is?
You've already lost
have
it.
no mind to lose.
And now we're running back to Dragon.
Yeah. Oh, and now back to the Baron. Oh, never mind, back to the...
Yep.
All right. Well, Birdle just going to scope out what's going on. There is a jungler here. As now they're going to fight the Fiora. She does get stunned up. As now Umpty goes golden. He's also got a few other buttons he can press, but he goes up into the sky. Dives down now. Grand Challenge was already issued. The Baron, they're still fighting it. It's down extraordinarily low. Effort trying to get into that pit to stop it. As the Azir does go down. Baron secured in trade for the Pigeon. And the Drake just forgotten.
Can't they just end?
Maybe.
No Azir.
Yeah.
But at the very least, you're going to give up an inhib. The upside, obviously, is that you do have Baron waves here and you have a Heimerdinger, but I don't... That's not enough.
Yeah.
Well, you probably give up inhib and trade soul for Baron, which is not the end of the world, and it means that won't have a conclusion just
Another arrow connects onto Morgan. Morgan cares about as much as that Tupperware tumbling down the hill, Chronicler. Not very much at all. Karis not going to find Envy there.
Just give it. It's not that big a deal. This soul isn't that good.
No.
Just run it down mid.
What this does open up, though, is a chance
for the Elder Flip.
For the Elder Flip. A zone that Willa has thrived in the past. Let's check this out one more time.
Well, they get it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, they've been running back and forth. Birdo actually doing a legitimately good job by himself, keeping two people busy. Renekton and Elise unable to chew through him. Obviously, Birdo in that scenario really benefiting from the whole breaker, fully stacked on his Ravenous as well. But the Baron power play is... I don't even know if it qualifies as a Baron play.
Well, they are making money.
Well, technically, yes.
Yeah, because it says plus 1,500. The number is going up and down at this point in time. As Envy, not with all that much damage this particular game. I think Magic Resist is certainly exactly what Bro want to be putting together. As Hannah's going to move on over, should be able to get himself.
Okay.
That, no, never mind. Zumpty, Spiderlings being a little bit frustrating there.
Still a Baron buff.
As the arrow that is addicted to hitting Karas this time is not going to quite find the mark.
Another minute. The only one who doesn't is Closer, so he needs some help. Can't. No. Okay. Just
right.
Birdo. Birdo is still very strong. Don't know if he should dive more again. We know how that went last time.
Yeah. Morgan just placing his weak spot against the wall. And yeah, Birdo is 100% just having a great time here. Let's see whether he can keep himself alive as the riposte comes in. In goes Umpty. See what they can get done here as the turret is going to fall on that bottom side. Nice little split play here around this Baron so far for Live Sandbox.
It's going to be an elder flip out. And none of the game that has happened thus far is going to matter. And you know what the best part is? I feel I have a deep feeling that we're gonna go to game 3.
Karas has been mega Flame Horizon, by the way, this year. It's 431 CS for Closer. He has 6 items. He is extraordinarily large. Karas still has 2 items yet to build, does have room to purchase some vision for his team, which is great news. But that is being made up for by the fact that Bro has a marksman that shoots the enemies. Albeit it is a Varus. Relatively cheap build, but a full build nonetheless.
I don't even know if it matters that much, because at this point, like, Closer does so much damage.
Yeah.
That as long as he doesn't die, you're still pretty good. I don't think you really care. Obviously, like I said, I would have much preferred if Envy has gone or went for a more aggressive build on the Ashe. Because in this scenario, if you know, have a Sejuani that can frontline for you, and you have Hammerning and creating space, and you actually have a damage build, you will shred everyone on Bro in a couple of autos. But that's not the game we're playing, Atlas. No. This is Poke Wars. This is vying, jostling, one might even say, for positioning.
Yeah, I think there's definitely been some jostling. It's been somewhat aggressive jostling.
Have we done all the animals yet? Can we go back to that?
Who's Hanwha?
No, it's not a good animal. They're in the...
You remember there was a time where I used to comment on arrows.
That wasn't this game, right?
Oh, that's not it.
That was another game.
Yeah.
Okay, keep it together. What's Hanwha?
Hanwha... Something... An animal that is... Maybe a penguin.
I can see it.
As Kyle, it's gonna flash.
So Hanwha's a penguin.
Yeah.
Are they a specific type of penguin?
An emperor penguin.
Okay. I like it.
The ones that Morgan Freeman would talk about in March of the Penguin.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, they're fiercely loyal and they take care of each other and stuff.
Birdo,
like
you're spotted and you're moving up. My guy.
Well, Umpty is going to repel.
Very well done, Umpty. Missing the cocoon so the riposte won't get you.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Very nice. Have we had all of them? So KT is a hawk.
Yeah.
Longshim's a raccoon. Oh, we have one left. What's Kwangdong?
Ooh.
What animal is
Freak.
Kwangdong freaks?
A rhino.
Maybe a porcupine.
Porcupine?
Yeah. Maybe a hedgehog, because they're kind of crazy.
It's True.
They're the freeze. As I think this Baron is not going to be finished. I'm calling it now. They're not going to finish this Baron.
Well, they're going to look for the turn. Arrow not going to connect. Envy down to 50% health. I'm not entirely sure what was hurting him, but something was. Tower is going to go down. Bro has to do something. We'll see whether they actually do. As Umpty still fighting this Baron. We've got the Wish. It's now being used. As Scatter comes down. The Azir is dead. I repeat, the Azir is dead as Willa not going to be able to get the steal. It is somehow Karis, who had been Flame Horizon. He's 150 CS down, but it does not matter. If I had a vote, I'd give him POG. As Bertle, he took an inhibitor. It's really good, but the Baron now belongs to Bro. And I think they might just move toward, well, I don't want to assume what they're going to do.
They're going to flip.
But they'll probably go towards the Elder.
Well, they're not going to flip because they're going to be up a member. It's 30 seconds, and the Dragon is live right now. There isn't. You can teleport to bot wave here as Groudon, try to friend, but I don't think you have the time. No, they're going to try and contest. 20 seconds until closer is here, but Willer is alive. Doesn't have flash available. It does have a smite and a dream, Atlas.
And an Arctic Assault that he could potentially use. As this Dragon is down extraordinarily low, it all comes down to this. As Umpty, can you secure it is the question. 37 health and it's secured by Willa. Bertle now trying to dash his way out. Karis is dead and the rest of Bro have to scatter. That was the most ridiculous decision I have seen since the last time Willa found someone willing to make that decision.
It's happening! 6 games!
Oh.
6 games, Atlas!
Well, remember, Bros still have the Baron buff.
It doesn't matter, they're down an Elder.
Yeah.
Surely the Bros can't hold on here.
Let's see what they can do. The game doesn't end until the Nexus falls. But Morgan is in so much trouble. The GA is popped. Henna is soon to be popped. He takes a gear from a Heimerdinger. He's going to survive for the moment, but he eventually falls. And Liv Sandbox will make us go the distance. Liv Sandbox take us to 6 games on the day and stay alive in the series.
Seeing some sheepish grins, and I don't know why. This was peak entertainment, Atlas.